everybody, this is Peggy for CropStop.com, and today I want to show you how I'm going to use my distress stains, and a new little product that I'm going to use is called Micro Glaze. It is a really cool product. You can do a lot of fun things with, and I'll tell you more about that in a second. Let me show you some of the things we're going to use. We are going to use Cuttlebug folders. Look at some of these. These are some of the backgrounds that we're going to work on tonight. Isn't that cool? I'm going to show you how to do that. You can stamp with it, and of course lots of different colors, your distress inks. I'm going to bring in some of these little Kaiser craft flowers. I'm going to use distress inks, some gauze. Well, let me clear this off here and let's just get started. Let's get started and let me show you how I did this card. I'm going to be using a product, like I said, that's called Micro Glaze by Judikins. It's actually a product that's used to waterproof over different finishes like your inks, over paints. I think it says acrylic paints, dyes, watercolors. It's got all that information here on the side. I'm actually going to use it as a resist along with my distress stains. That's how I was able to attain these two different shades on this particular card. And then of course I'm going to Cuttlebug it. So let me show you how I did this. Move these things out of the way. The first thing I want to do though, I'm going to go ahead and Cuttlebug it. And I'm just using one of Tim Holtz, let's see, what did they call these now? I have to think a minute. Anyway, it's one of his embossing plates. We're going to use our A plate, the B plate, the folder, the paper, and the B plate. You all probably know that by now. And I'm just going to run that right through there. Let's move her out of the way. And we're going to take it out here. Now, on all of the raised areas, that's where I'm going to apply some of the Micro Glaze sparingly. You don't need a lot of it. And then right here in this section here. So let me just do that real quick. I'm just going to use my finger. It's almost like a Vaseline kind of stuff. And I'm just going to rub it right on there. And wherever it is, of course, you'll know that that's where my distress stain will resist. And that's how I got the two colors. Now, I know you're not going to be able to see where I'm actually putting this on the video because it's clear, but you'll get the gist when I put on those inks. Like I said, I think I'll put some right in here to give it a little highlight. And I'm going to cover that up. Now let me wipe my fingers off so I don't get that all over everything. Now I'm going to start with my light color. And I'm just going to, with these are a hard bottle, so you kind of have to press. There's a couple of ways you can do this. You can put your ink right there and rub it on your card like so. And of course you see I'm using my distress mat. What I like to, my distress mat. What I like to do is this. You see it kind of beating up there? That's because it's resisting the places that I have that Micro Glaze. Now I'm just going to take a piece of gauze because I just happen to have some and just put that on like so. Just dab it on. That's how I got my first color. Now, I'm going to go ahead because some of that Micro Glaze will be on my little applicator tip, and I'm just going to wipe it off so that it's not on there the next time. And when I do this again, we'll be fine. See there? We're fine. Okay, now, here's the next thing I'm going to do. Since I've wiped that glaze off of there, like so, I have my white places. I could actually leave it like that, which makes a pretty cool card if you think about it, like the rays of the sun. I'm going to bring in some of my blue. This is one of my favorites, Broken China, and I'm just going to start highlighting it. And now it's going to go over the areas where I had the glaze. Isn't that just gorgeous? I just love this stuff. It makes the most awesome backgrounds. And of course, you can put more if you want. Do a little. Isn't that beautiful? Think of the backgrounds you can do this. Oh my goodness, just so many. Let me just show you some real quick. Here's some other ones that I did. I used this one. I did the, I forget what that color was called now. I should know these colors by heart, but I don't. Okay, this is peeled paint, and this is one of my favorites, the honey. What's it? Wild honey. And then again, I used one of Tim Holtz Distress embossing plates and got that. This is used in different colors, and all the places that were white, that's where I had this Micro Glaze. And I went over the red, wiped that off, embossed it after the fact, then came back in and just did a little bit of highlight over it with the distress ink. Look at this one. Isn't that cool? I mean, these will make, you can cut these into sections and use it. This one I did just the reverse. I did the blue first and then the tan. I actually ended up liking this one better because it looked more sunny or something. The other thing you can do with your distress stains, I took a stamp, took 3 different colors, or 3 different colors, and just put it right on the ink pad, on the stamp itself. It was my ink. And once I got it all on there, stamped it on there, hit it with a heat gun, and where it puddled a few places here and here, just took my gauze and did that. Check this out. This right here is one of those Kaiser flowers. Bring one in close. Leftover ink that was on my craft mat, just put it on there. Now I've got a flower. And then if you look right here, this is just a piece of fabric, and I stained it also with my distress stain so that that would all coordinate. So that'll be a good card front. Haven't finished that one yet. And this just shows you how when you've got leftovers on your craft mat, just rub it around in there. Let me just do some to show you. You're just going to put it on here like so. And see, it's liquid, so it just spreads out. And then you can just put it on your paper. Ooh, I like the blue on there. I might have to put some more of that. And there you go. And all I'll do is hit that with heat. Actually, I might not. I'll just do it like this. Look at that. That's a gorgeous background for a card. I mean, you could put that right on the front of a card, stamp your little sentiment, put it right there, tie a ribbon around it, and you're good to go. That's all there is to this stuff. I mean, there's so many uses for distress ink, and I've gotten a lot of questions about, well, what else can you do with it? So I thought, let's show you. This real quick is a flower. I just cut pieces of a pattern, an old pattern that I was never going to use again. Cut them in circles, sewed it down the center, scrunched them together like so to make a flower. Put my distress ink right there, and then we can add it right onto my pattern piece and make it different colors. So see, I mean, there's lots of different things you can do with it. So there you go. Now what I'm going to do with this is just stick a skewer in there and stick it in a flower pot with some greenery, and I have a flower. So there are a lot of different things you can do with your distress inks, and now that you know how to use Micro Glaze, make sure to go over to Crop Stop and get you some of this. There are so many fun things that you can do, and I promise I'll show you some more. Well, that's all I can show you for today, so you have a great day. Bye!